We are officially out of cash.
We are officially out of cash today.
Stacking gold and silver, is it dying, Tim?
If the prices stay up where they are, I think the individual market will dry up. And a lot of small dealers that I used to talk to all the time, they're no longer in business.
Buy your precious metals online from SD Bullion. New customers get gold and silver at spot by visiting sdbullion.com/new.
Hey, Tim, how you doing today?
Not too bad. People are buying like crazy today. We sold.
You're lying.
We actually hadn't sold anything today. Okay, what do we got here?
Yeah, what do we have here?
Oh, the bills are from my grandfather before he passed away. I have about 18 more of them. They're all in like numbers. I got a bunch of Susan B. Anthony's.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a bunch of old, like probably 1909 dimes. Yeah, and I got a bunch of foreign coins too, like all different countries, like a bunch of them. But yeah, these are all Susan B. Anthony's in here, and these are all dollars.
Okay, the 63 series was the last of the United States notes. And let me see.
Yeah, he put notes in there for me.
That is not gold plated. It actually is aureate nickel.
Okay. And one of the numbers starts with 0, one starts with 1. I have all of the numbers up.
Do you have a whole series?
Yes, I do.
Of the.
Yeah,
of
but
the
I'm not
serial
getting rid of the
numbers?
whole series. I'm keeping it for my daughter. She's 2. I'm a single mom, so, you know.
All right, the retail on these, according to the guide, for the last of these in this condition is about $3.50. Okay, so we would pay you $3 for those, so that's $6 there. That is $1. It's made of copper and nickel. These are 50 cents. Okay, so you have $2 there. All these quarters are made of copper and nickel. So they're worth face value. And this is actually silver.
Yep. It's from 54, 53.
I mean, we will give you money for those unless you want to keep them.
I have the series. I mean, I might as well just keep it together.
Yeah? Is it part of the series?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I have all of the numbers.
So maybe just keeping it
Yeah, for my daughter, yeah.
might be worth
That's
it.
what I'm thinking.
This is $10.50.
Yeah, no, I'll keep it. I'll hold on to it.
Keep it too? Oh, good.
I don't need it that bad. Plenty of jewelry I could go get rid of for her.
All right, well.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're actually selling gold to get silver, is that right?
Yes. I think that silver is going to take a big bump, so I need to spread it out a little bit. Not much, but a little bit.
How long have you known Tim?
I've known Tim for over 50 years.
Wow.
He's a great guy.
He sure is. How long have you been stacking?
Well, I started here, and I don't know, that might have been like maybe 40 years ago. And then I didn't do anything for a long time. But when I see the turmoil going on around the world, and fiat currency and life cycles, here I am.
Do you mind me asking your age?
I'm 89.
Wow.
May 5th, 1936 is my birthday. And we are the 27th of May.
You're
So
the young one, Tim.
It's happy birthday to me this month. So I want real money in my hand
At 89.
at 89.
There's no limit on the age to have gold and silver, is there?
No. And I have 5 sons. So, if I don't last another week, they can have it.
I asked you earlier this morning if stacking is dead. Is stacking dying? Stacking gold and silver, is it dying, Tim?
No, but people are tying up a lot of money in gold and silver and getting impatient. And it's not that everybody's waiting for it to go up. I think the people are, they still want to stack, are finding the prices pretty difficult. And so we do have a lot of people selling for a variety of reasons. But it's hard to commit yourself to a lot of gold when the price is as high as it
Do you
has
think
been.
if it keeps going up, more and more people are just going to bail on it, sell it?
Possibly.
Well, I don't know if it's growing or dying, but it definitely should be growing because the almighty dollar isn't going to last forever.
That's
The life cycle of fiat currency is what? 80 years,
Yeah.
90 years? And if we go back to 1933, how many years is it till today?
We're overdue.
We're overdue.
Unfortunately, every time it happens, there's a bloodbath.
There's a what?
Every time that happens, there's a bloodbath.
A bloodbath.
Yeah, colonial script went belly up. Revolutionary War, Confederate script, Civil War, U.S. dollar, Roosevelt calling on the gold. World War II, Bretton Woods was the cornerstone for the next pyramid, and we're overdue for the collapse.
You've seen a lot of growth in precious metals over the years, both of you. But recently, it seems like gold is more volatile than silver. In fact, today, it's actually down percentage-wise more than silver.
The COMEX is a moderating influence on silver. They have their own reasons, but they need to have more reserves, and they don't. So they need to keep the price down while they're buying reserves. In gold, there's no regulation.
10, 15 years ago? What was it like 20 years ago, Tim? How
Well,
stable was it?
Yeah, it was very stable, but the regulatory agencies have ignored it. And it used to be, well, Dodd-Frank is a good example. It's supposed to have banned naked shorts, and they're not being banned.
Absolutely not.
I don't understand why the volatility is there, but I don't really care because I'm going to hold on to what I got because I know that the fiat dollar is going down. And it's not going to stop going down until something serious happens in the whole worldwide. And what country has a positive cash situation? Anywhere? Nowhere in the world? Is there a country out there that's in a positive situation?
They're all in a negative situation. It's just how badly they're in. So you're going to be changing this gold to silver.
Yes.
You're happy about that?
Yes. Very comfortable.
What does your sons think about gold and silver?
I talk to them, but I don't tell them what to do because they're men now.
Right.
So I advise them, but I don't know if they're really doing anything with it or not.
Do you think they understand its value, its intrinsic value, and the worth against currency, fiat currency?
I don't know if they understand or not. I hope so.
What kind of silver are you after?
Tell them, Tim, because I've forgotten.
That's okay.
Well, if you want bars, I have thousands
want
of
bars.
ounces in bars.
No bars?
No, I don't want bars.
All right.
Yeah, I'd like silver eagles, probably.
Are you interested in that?
That'll work.
You don't care about the date?
No, I don't. The last time I was here, I got 25s. So I've got some 25s. I don't need more.
Total of 8 tubes of eagles?
Yeah.
Eight tubes, and how many ounces left over?
Like 15. Tell you what, we could have a special today, can't we?
Well, definitely.
What do you think?
Would love to have a
Why don't we
special.
make it 9 rolls then?
9?
Yeah, it comes out to an even number.
Wow.
So I don't have to think about it.
Do you want, is that what you're after, 9 rolls?
That works for me.
One more.
One more?
Yeah, 9. It's got a short memory, doesn't it?
Oh, man. 9 tubes.
9
How's
tubes.
that?
Good job.
Thank you.
Good deal.
Make yourself useful and see if you can find a box over
All
there.
right, I'll go take a look in the box. How's this work?
That'll do it.
It's the comedy. It's the comic relief. What was the first silver you bought?
It was junk, and I still have them.
You never sold them?
Oh, no.
Good for you. I like this guy. He stacks the Yankee way, buys and doesn't sell.
Yeah, I work 8 hours a week, so
That's
not-
more than Yankee for crying out loud.
Oh,
yeah.
thanks. Was he like this when you first met him, like 50 years ago?
I think so.
Hardworking?
Yes, absolutely. Well, he was a typical IBMer. White shirt, tie, blue suit, smile,
Pinstripe
He
suit.
likes blue.
Pinstripe.
pinstripe.
Blue
Exactly.
pinstripes.
Wow.
Wingtips.
Those were the days.
I still think IBM's the best company in the history of American business.
Yeah, amen.
And, you know, when I had to leave there because I needed to take care of my kids. And the settlement I got out of IBM was mind-boggling. It was just terrific.
Helped you open the store.
It did. Yeah, actually, with the money I got, I bought the store.
So I was wondering, just kind of thinking to myself, I wonder if Mr. Yankee's going to be there today.
It was divine intervention.
I'm in full agreement with the divine intervention. The Lord is good. The Lord is good every day.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Yes. Thank you.
That is a fact. It's good seeing you again, Bert.
Nice to see you.
Great to meet you.
Yeah. God bless you both.
God bless you too. You're going to buy or sell?
I'm gonna sell some gold. Couple of maples.
Wow. 1 ounces too.
You know, the wholesaler doesn't change. They're paying the same price they were when it was down $50.
Interesting.
And so it actually was down to about $35. Now it's back to $40. So I think they know something more about this market than I do.
It's the volatility though, gold. It's just, is it the geopolitical strife that we're dealing with too?
I don't think so. I mean, that's the big excuse.
That is
It's because negotiations over Trump's tariffs, is Trump tariffs this, Trump tariffs that.
and there's Putin, right?
Putin's got to realize if he's not willing to stop this war, he's the one who's going to lose.
What happens if this conflagration grows into Europe?
If Russia sends troops into, where are they now? Lithuania or something. I mean, that's going to be very bad. We don't need a world war.
And what happens with gold if that happens?
Gold will probably go up because there'd be a better excuse to make it go up.
It would be a big excuse. It would go up
A big
very
excuse.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst thing that could happen is that they make it virtually impossible to sell your metals. I know that sounds crazy, but if they have a digital currency, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but
Could this
I guess
become
it's always going to have value.
could this become impossible? Could this become impossible? To bring in your silver and gold and sell it to you,
To
Tim?
make it illegal to sell, I don't know.
Hopefully, I'm going to have to figure out which people have gold they want to sell, and then I'll put the close sign up.
In all seriousness, though, is that a,
We're
is that
buying a lot.
Yeah,
And
what?
it's still we're still buying a lot, and people need to keep in mind one thing when it comes to digital currencies or CBDCs and all this other stuff. We're one country out of 200 plus countries in the world. Nothing like that is going to happen unless the whole world is in agreement. It's we are still the reserve currency for most of the countries in the world, and so if our central bank goes to a digital currency, there's going to be a lot of consternation around the world because we're supposed to be the stable one. And so if it looks like we're falling off the deep end, that could create conflicts all over the world.
I want the physical, tangible, and I want to see us return to sound money.
I agree with that. And paper ballots counted to the same day. He's right. Nobody wants to buy metals, or at least gold, at these prices. So he's forced to have to buy it. I don't know. Now you gotta sell it.
I do wonder, though, if this thing keeps happening and more sellers keep coming into local coin shops, that the doors will be closed.
Oh, yeah, I think it's already started around the country. A lot of small dealers that I used to talk to all the time, they're no longer in business. If the prices stay up where they are, I think the individual market will dry up. Because people don't want to put that kind of money in. And it is, because of the disparity between the price of gold and silver, people can make a swap. Or they can say,
Like that
"Here,
last
I'm
gentleman.
selling 2 coins, but
Yeah.
I want to take half of that and put it into silver."
Right.
That's happening more and more. But silver's a good buy. Gold is not a great
Do
buy.
you agree?
Well, I do, yeah, and I think that the gap has to close that ratio, which traditionally was what 20.67 to 1.
It was actually in the 1830s. It settled at 25 to 1.
That's what it settled at. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be 16 to 1 or something.
Well, yeah, but that's the people who started
but
the
the
U.S.
natural
Mint.
order brought it to 20.
Well, that was
over
see, the
21.
Spanish controlled the ratio
Oh,
because everywhere they went, they established mines and they brought lots of gold and lots of silver out of the ground. And in their commerce, the ratio was 25 to 1. And when we started Mint, we didn't have any gold. So the ratio was 16 to 1.
okay.
But then the silver started to disappear. So they realized that, and actually Thomas Jefferson was the one who said, no, that ratio should be
Well,
around
what do you
25
say
to
the
1.
natural ratio should be? If it was a free market, wasn't controlled,
Exactly.
I'd like to know because you know more than I do. What's your
I think it's going to hover around 75.
75 to 1?
Oh, it should be around 50. I don't think it should be.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to go lower than 50. The 2 times it has just didn't
But
last
this
long
isn't
enough.
a free market. I'm talking like, old school.
Well, that's-
free
This is not a
market
free market.
stuff,
It's a
Yeah,
manipulated
but
market.
that's the reason we don't have free market economics. We don't have free enterprise is because the rest of the world doesn't.
Yeah.
And Europe's a good example. Trump is trying to introduce free enterprise to the rest of the world. Reintroduce free enterprise because everybody had free enterprise back in the ancient times. Everything was a free market. You had an agreement between the buyer and seller. But every country in Europe has had kings.
Yeah.
If they didn't have kings after the French Revolution, then they beheaded all their kings.
You got to pay the tea for the telling.
Well, then
Czar, Kaiser, or it doesn't matter. You
it
said.
doesn't matter. Tsar, Kaiser, Caesar are all the same word. But every country in Europe had kings. And when after the French Revolution, they beheaded all the kings, but then they got Napoleon. What's the difference between an emperor and a king? And so they've all had central control. And you take the people who might most appreciate free enterprise are all the old Soviet countries that are now part of the European Union. They would appreciate free enterprise. And that's why I can't understand why a central authority is negotiating these tariffs. These countries should be able to negotiate their own tariffs.
Yeah.
I mean, the central bank doesn't pay their bills. All these countries in Europe are drowning in debt. And so why does the central authority negotiate tariffs? That's all they know. They've all had central control at one time or another. And our country was founded on free enterprise. It's never been any different.
That's what made it so prosperous. That's what made the difference.
It made a big difference.
In the old world, you didn't have that.
We're going to be out of cash real soon. And that is all the cash I have. So now it's your problem.
It's too heavy.
We are officially out of cash.
We are officially out of cash today. But that's happened every week for the last 2 months.
Wow.
We're out of cash
People selling,
and selling.
converting back to fiat currency.
Yeah, basically.
When do you think that's going to change?
I hope soon.